You are now listening to the most talked about blog talk radio station in the universe. Walk in his ways, Impact Voice Radio. Be prepared to have your mind stimulated, your spirit elevated in ways you couldn't even imagine. Introducing your host and the mastermind behind this unforgettable experience, Ferman Jackson Jr. You will not be disappointed. Let's go!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Ferman Jackson Jr. I'm broadcasting live once again from the city of Arlington, Texas, outside Dallas and Fort Worth and other surrounding areas. I'm very excited to introduce everybody to another edition of the podcast. Tonight's episode is titled Sister Power, and the slogan is Too Much Beauty on One Podcast. Tonight I have two extraordinary, beautiful, talented women who have an upcoming event taking place on November 18th. It's going to be taking place in Houston, Texas, called Queenz N Tingz. And I have one of the ladies, of course, we have another lady tuning in that's going to be talking about this event that's coming up. Something for the ladies to do, something for the ladies to represent and showcase their skills, showcase their talent in the state of Houston. So big shout out to Houston, H-Town, of course, Shoppers Grove, and all of that other good stuff, of course. And also, before we get started with this interview, I got also welcome back Kenny. I know Kenny was MIA last Tuesday, but he's back was here Tuesday. Kenny Primetime. Welcome, Matt, my brother. Missed you last week. I know you pushed your way through, and I know you got some exciting news that's taking place in the sports world. You know, we got NBA going on, we got NFL going on, and of course, we got college going on. So, Kenny, take what the latest news and updates taking place in the sports world.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am your host, Mr. Kenny Primetime Williams, and you are now in the Prime Zone. I want to welcome everybody right here. I want to welcome everybody from the Mississippi Gulf Coast to Mobile, Alabama, to Greenville, Mississippi, my hometown, from Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, all the surrounding areas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have exciting news for you this evening. Sorry I wasn't here on last week. I missed all of you, and you know I did. But before I start anything, I just got to tell you the reason why I was away is because I had the death of my brother, and I had to bury him. And so I will say rest in peace. And before we go on with that, I would just like to tell him, man, I love him. I really took the courage and the heart to do this tonight. So I want to do it in the name of him. And so let's go forward with the news. Topping off from the NBA last night, we had the NBA MVP, Nikola Jokic, and retaliation with Marquise Morris. It got kind of out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you one thing for sure, that it was a dangerous play, both sides. Both of them were ejected from the game on last night. And also, they went back and forth with each other's brothers. As you know, Marquise Morris has another twin brother that plays in the league, and both of them went back on Twitter. So it got out of hand, and now it escalated onto an NBA issue that it's going to resolve, hopefully. And just a dirty play. That's something that you don't do in the game of basketball. We're going to move on. And there goes my crew, and there goes my song. They come in late, but they come in at the same time. But when they come in, I'm down with them. They left again, but they'll be back. Don't worry about it. The Boston Celtics guard, Jaylen Brown, is out for 1 to 2 weeks due with the hamstring injury. He suffered on the game, and they won't play again until Wednesday night against the Raptors. He's been playing pretty well this year, and he had a couple of injuries in the early part of the year. But also after that, he just came in. They're going to ban again. See, they come, they leave. It don't matter. We're going to tell them just don't come back no more. So, getting on with Jalen Smith, has been playing good. He had an ankle injury. He also had another knee injury, so now he's doing a hamstring. So big ups to Jalen, man, and hope that he gets a speedy recovery and gets back to the court as soon as possible. The Golden State Warriors are having a turnaround season this year, ladies and gentlemen. Off to a great start with the 9-1 record. Curry been putting up magical numbers. He's been shooting the lights out. As always, he's a Hall of Famer. We look forward to big things from Stephen Curry. But on the last night over the Hawks, they beat the Hawks. Curry put up 50 points, 10 assists, and 13 rebounds. I'm amazed. And so they play tonight against the Bulls. That's going to be the late game tonight. So if you're at home being relaxing and you're just sitting back drinking a good glass of wine, tune into the game. It may be a very exciting. I'm looking forward to be very exciting. Now, let's go on to the football and NFL. That's what everybody been waiting on, huh? That's everybody been waiting on that. Let's go. Odell Beckham Jr., the feud between the Cleveland Browns and Odell Beckham is completely over. The Browns have released Odell Beckham. He has passed all the waiver. He's clear, and now he's available to sign with any team. I don't know anybody that's going to get that locker room distraction. I'm not a fan of that. I think he's a great player, but I think attitude comes along with being a great player. So whatever Odell Beckham ends up, I wish him well. At the same time, I do say you need to clean up his attitude in order to be able to sustain and not have a bad reputation in the National Football League. Moving on, speaking of Cleveland Browns, Nick Chubb, the running back for the Cleveland Browns, has tested positive for COVID-19. He has 24 hours to take another test and come back negative. If he has another positive test, he has to sit out 10 days, and that will actually hurt the Browns offense a little bit. They've been doing pretty good on everything, and so they won this past Sunday against the Bengals, and it was a great game as well. But Nick Chubb will be out. We'll know more tomorrow due to ESPN News. We will know more tomorrow if he has passed a positive or a negative test. Russell Wilson is returning back to the football field, ladies and gentlemen. He has been cleared by doctors to return. He's expected to start this coming Sunday. It's going to be exciting to see him back after the finger injury that he had. He had a pin surgery in it, and now the pin has been removed, and now he's back on the field. He had a full day of practice, so he has become fully cleared, and we look to see him on Sunday, and I can't wait. I think he's going to come back, and it's going to be a great comeback. He's going to have a great game this Sunday, so we're looking forward to that. Now, a lot of teams this past Sunday suffered some losses. Suffered some major losses, including my Dallas Cowboys. My Dallas Cowboys fell short to the Denver Broncos 30-16. Also, the Raiders losing to the New York Giants. The Jaguars beating the Buffalo Bills, and the Titans beating the Rams. It was an upsetting weekend for a lot of teams with promising records, but it's only one game. Getting back to my Cowboys didn't play as well as everybody, as the world expected them to, but it's just one game. And we'll be back next week, and we'll be back big and better against the Falcons. Moving on to boxing, Terence Crawford is now the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, with a record of 37-0 and 28 knockouts. I saw this fight on last night, and it was amazing. The kid is a very promising kid. He stands in the ranks with a lot of ancient people that has come before him and paved the way for him. So I congratulate Terence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska. And the next fight he will be fighting will be Sean Porter. That will be coming up in this upcoming New Year, January on 2022. Now, before I leave, ladies and gentlemen, I normally will leave my segment by saying a word of thought and a positive note. And it will be a positive. And the positive thing is always trust God. God is the anchor of all of our lives. And I just want to take the time to thank him for the opportunity to give him praise each and every day. I thank you for tuning in. I love you. God loves you. There's nothing you can do about it. Thanks for tuning in and listening to Kenny Primetime Williams on the Prime Zone. Until next time, I see you. Back to you, Mr. Jackson.
Hey, appreciate you, Kenny, with the latest news and updates taking place in our sports world. And once again, like I said, welcome to another episode of Walking This Way's Impact Boys podcast. I'm your host, Ferman Jr., coming to you live from the city of Arlington, Texas, between Dallas, Texas, and Fort Worth, Texas, and surrounding areas. And the name of this episode is titled Sister Power, with the slogan, Too Much Beauty on One Podcast. I'm joined tonight with two lovely young ladies who are about to make an impact In Houston, Texas, of course, H-Town, Shopping and Screw. Of course, everybody know about Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Slim Thugger, UGK, Scarface, Ghetto Boys, and these ladies about to make a major impact in Houston on November 18th. Talking about the upcoming event they have going on titled Queenz N Tingz. I have these two ladies who will talk about the event. I have another lady who I know very well from my hometown, of course, of Mobile, Miss Internet Warburton. She's going to be performing for the very first time on November 18th. So I got some questions with her as she talks about Queen Power, the song She Got Freedom, and other things that she really want to make happen, of course. So ladies on the lookout to Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast.
Well, hello.
Well, thanks for having me. Hey.
Hey, Queen. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited. Thank y'all for having me back for the third time. So this really is a turn up. This is the third time me being on Impact Voice, and now I'm on here with my best friend. Turn up, Queenz N Tingz.
But ladies, I want to thank y'all taking time out to be the schedule to talk about the upcoming event taking place November 18th in Houston, Texas, titled Queenz N Tingz. No, different ladies, different backgrounds, different genre of music, different talent is on showcase on this special night taking place in Houston. So I know the founder, the mediator, the visionary for this event. I know Regina, I know you're excited about the event. I got some questions for you. Of course, I got some questions for Internet as well, because she's gonna be performing the very first time. We're the single, right. So we're gonna get off into that tonight. Like I said, it's too much beauty on this podcast. Too much beauty. So I want y'all to introduce yourself. Go, Regina, start with you. Give us a background about yourself. And then same thing towards Internet as well. So as being a gentleman, of course. So Regina, introduce yourself to the audience here on Walking This Way to Impact Voice podcast.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. I'm really excited. My first time joining your podcast, and I already like what I hear. So myself, I am 29 of them things years old. I am from Mobile, Alabama. Of course, that's where me and Queen Power met initially or whatnot. They used to call us Double Trouble or whatnot because we were always together and we were always everywhere, like everywhere together. Like if you saw one, you saw the other. But it actually worked out really good. In the midst of us having fun, we got a chance to connect with many different talented people like yourself, Mr. Jackson, and others, that kind of contribute to, helping us with all the support and things of that nature that we ended up getting to this far. I ended up moving to Houston, but me and Antoinette never lost contact. We talk literally almost every day, if not every other day. So yes, for real. But yeah. I grew up in the church. That's where I started singing. And that just kind of carried on. I didn't do a lot of singing while I was in Mobile. I did a lot of songwriting though towards the end or whatnot, when I really started trying to make a stride in the Mobile scene. I made it as a songwriter, and I did pretty good. That helped me get in touch with other artists and see what people in the artistry had going on, which inspired me to take it further.
Man, awesome. And like I say, you've been in that journey since then. Like I said, I'm from Native Mobile myself, and I've been living here in Dallas. Next month make it a year, so I'm enjoying my time here in the state of Texas. It's something about Texas because I noticed back in the day, when I graduated high school, I came out in 2001. Everybody was transitioning to Georgia, but now it's like people from Mobile is transitioned either to Houston. A lot of people going to Houston now. A lot of people are transitioning here to Dallas too. So it's a major things taking place here in the state of Texas. To me, it's a lot of opportunity here, and I love it. And also, someone who's not a stranger to the podcast, someone who I know very well, dearly, truly. I just put it that way, known her truly. internet. It's kind of like a mini reunion for us. I know I've been almost a year,
Yeah.
so it's like a mini reunion here tonight with us. So introduce yourself to the artist once again. I know you have a lot going on. You have a lot of things stirred up, viewing, with, of course, with the music and other things you got going on. So introduce yourself to the audience. Give us a little background about yourself, because you are a woman with great many talents. Of course, you know I call you eye candy all the time. So introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes, you do. Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you. Well, my name is Queen Power for everybody who is tuning in, and thank you for tuning in. I love Impact Voice from the beginning, and now we got a sports section. Oh my God, moving on up. I'm so excited to have my friend Gina here. I do have a lot going on, y'all. It's not pretend. It's always something going on in my life, and I'm excited about that. But specifically right now in my life, my project Freedom, I'm releasing my new single, and I'm performing for the first time. So the song has been circulating, but now it's my first time. So everybody, fingers crossed. I don't know if I'm gonna do a stage dive, or I don't know if I'm gonna jump on the stage. Who knows? But I just want y'all to be there. Like, that's my main focus right now is Freedom. All the other things I have going on besides my two little babies. Abigail and Avina, shout out to y'all. What's up? What's up?
To the baby.
Yes, mission is freedom. Basically, it's a lot of things going on in the world, and people they should feel free right now, and they should know that they're not by themselves, and they should know that it's possible, and it's been a good fight out here with myself, and me wanting to push freedom right now is just some time that I had to have with myself to embrace self-love. So I want to share that with a lot of people that need it. I want to share it with some people who ain't had nobody to share with, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody you can't share with. So I'm ready to, y'all just ready to celebrate life. That's it, and that's all.
Oh man, looking forward to it. Looking forward to hearing it. I know I won't be there that day of the event, but I know it's gonna be extraordinary. I know it's gonna be on social
send those
media.
vibrations over there to you.
Oh, I know, most definitely. I'm looking forward to hearing
Right.
about it, seeing the feedback. And like I said, we're gonna do something different tonight. I know we're gonna be talking about the event also, as you, Queen Power, being one of the featured artists. We're gonna do some interviewing with you as well as also. So we're gonna talk about the event first. So my first question is to Regina. How did this event come about?
All right. So pretty much I got to Houston, Texas, and got straight to work to really sum a lot of things up. So I did not come to this city to play. So here I started going to different venues until I got in contact with this one particular bar. I started off there. I was gonna help them with marketing, but I ended up running the bar. So long story short, through there, I ended up meeting several different people, because of course I wasn't thinking like this at the time, but what better place to, meet everybody when you're not from a city than to be in a spot where everybody comes to meet, Right. So, there I bartended, I was hookah girl, I was management, I was cooking, like I did it all. Like, on my page, you'll see a TikTok that describes how I felt about that exactly. So it was a lot of work, but it was well worth it. I ended up meeting a lot of people, primarily artists, people in the music industry, because the industry out here is wild. Like, you can be, somebody that someone doesn't know, and you still have like 20K organic followers, not the ones that buy them. I'm talking about real people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and have a real following. And, what I'm saying, someone else on another side of Houston may not know you. It's that big. But instead of taking it in a negative sense, like, I just kind of look at it as, wow, everybody can eat down here. Like, you know what I'm saying? There is no select people, you know what I'm saying? You can actually find your crowd, whoever that may be, that fuck with you, because everybody ain't got to fuck with everybody, you know what I mean? Right. But, like, you can find out who fucks with you, you know what I'm saying? And you can gather them, you know what I'm saying? And just take it from there, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a city of entrepreneurs, of all levels, and I'm just loving it. So anyways, you know, from there, the bar got shut down. And so right before then, I created a song. I wrote a song called Average or whatnot. It was a point and level in my life after, you know, losing my mom a few weeks after I moved down here, going through all the things I did, you know what I'm saying, underpaid, you know, kind of kicked to the curb, kind of slept on, you know, majority of my life. I just kind of, you know, figured out that way. I was really kind of looking for other people to tell me that I was dope all this time, but I always knew I was dope. That's why I would get offended when people didn't think I was dope. Like I knew, you know what I'm saying? So I just realized that, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter what anybody thinks about me. I'm like, what am I talking about? So I wrote Average, which is what that song is about. You know what I'm saying? It's about whether I am bad, whether I want to be bougie, whether I want to be wretched, whatever the fuck I decide like being when I wake up in the morning. Yes, that's who I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just know that it's never average. No, I can never live up to your expectations. I got my own. I could never, you know what I'm saying, be the person that you want me to be because I'm the person I need to be. Like, you know, I could never do anything that anybody wants me to do. I can only do what I meant to do and what I desire to do. So that's where the single Average came about. People latched on to the message, you know, because I look at it as more of that than just a song. Like, it's really a message. They latched onto it like fucking super glue or magnet. Like, I started performing it all over Houston, you know what I mean? People was, you know, sharing how much they could relate to the song. Obviously, no one should think that they are basic, you know what I'm saying? So what a relatable message. That song put me in other rooms of other people who I further got a chance to network with. And I went to this one particular event where I met my wonderful significant other. She goes by the name of Keo the Key. Whatnot. She inboxed me the night that she saw me perform and was like, I want to work with you. I didn't know exactly what kind of work she was actually talking about. So when she got to my DM, she was like, yeah, let me work on taking you out on a date. So we went out. It was love after that, you know what I'm saying? But also, I found someone that had the same mindset of building as me. Yes. By the way, I am LGBT. Yes, I am. I'm all the colors of the rainbow. Me and her got together because of course she's an artist as well. Never dated another artist or whatever. So, you know, someone that was actually in this shit with me. We got together and we started doing shows together. After a while, I decided that I really wanted to, I got to the point where I had enough connections where I was like, okay, let me do something where, you know, I can involve where I'm from. I mean, if they're interested, you know, I was like, look, I said that, you know, when I got to started getting the points that I can come and start trying to pull people that I thought was extra talented that were also slept on where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, and pull them out here to kind of grab some of this fresh air, what I call it. You know, I was like, let me decide, you know, let me make something happen. So
that's right. Ooh, breathe.
Breathe in, exhale. So I worked for like 2 months on this show. It was called State Line Versus whatnot, and pretty much it was Bama versus Texas. So I hit up some people from Bama. I just made a random post. I was like, you know, who down to come, you know what I'm saying, to a Houston showcase up against Houston from Bama. It got a way bigger response than I was expecting. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And the slots filled up quickly or whatnot. The event turned out to be a success at the venue that we ended up doing this at. And then the venue then reached out to my significant other and was like, yo, like, y'all want to do something weekly here? Like, you know what I'm saying? So now we have 3 different venues as of today, 4 all through the week, every week, all over Houston. So this particular one, as it evolved, turned into what we call the low-key movement, whatnot, which is a phenomenal team that has really came aboard. And you know, for once in my life, have people around me that don't want to take, but they want to give. You know what I'm saying? Give not only for the overall goal, but it helps us each individually as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's beneficial on both. Let's not sit here and act like, you know, people don't want to be benefited. That let's not even act like that. So this group benefits everybody individually, but as well, it benefits the team as a whole. So everybody got together. We created the low key movement. You know, we've been popping off every Thursday. It's been growing vastly. That's what has now, you know, flourished off to different venues here in Houston, north side, east side, south side, west side, you name it. You know, we got a spot in that area or whatnot that we've taken this movement to. And this particular Thursday, I decided I wanted to do something for my women or whatnot, because I speak to them. Oh, I speak to my ladies like I never spoke to my ladies before. Boy,
ladies stand up.
Boy, we be going through it. So this one is for the ladies. That's how I came up with Queenz N Tingz. And of course, my first favorite lady that I had to hit up was my best friend, Queen Power. And that's how me.
Awesome. And I know it's going to be a very exciting event on that night. So how many artists are going to be on that event that's going to be scheduled for that night?
So we have a total of 20 artists right now, all different genres. We have rap artists, we have singers, we have poets, we have dancers, you know, we'll have vendors, in the building of all type. I rock my nice crystals, you know what I'm saying? I'm all zenned out, you know what I mean? So we got a vendor that's gonna have crystals in the building. We have a vendor that's gonna have drinks in the building. Of course, the venue, it's actual self-serves, bomb food, drinks as well, but it's BYOB and 420 friendly.
Awesome. So let me ask you this: how has the market compared, you know, in Houston compared to Mobile? So how's the marketing been going on there? I know it's a big open market compared to Mobile.
That's right. Like I mentioned earlier, like for me, the market is more diverse for sure. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like there's not a oh, you know, Houston just only deal with these type of artists. Like Houston deals with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to come down here and find it. I met less people from Houston that actually live here, and more people that's just from different states, countries, everywhere. Like I got down here, I think I Ubered with a guy that was from the Philippines. There's Nigerians galore. There's Black people, white people, Italian. There's all type of people. Oh, young, middle-aged, juvenile, like super rich, middle class. Like there's all type of people that live in this one city alone. Like, well, let's not mention Texas, but just this one city alone is heavily populated with lots of clear land, lots of room to still grow and develop as we speak right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's a market for everyone. You just have to go out there and get it.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. And I know it's going to be a very exciting time, that I can hear the excitement, enthusiasm in your voice about this upcoming event.
I know. Right?
So my next question is, what are you expecting from each artist as they get ready to set the stage on fire that night?
I am expecting each artist to not only come with their talent, but come out with their address book and their contact list open so that they can link with one another, so that they can make other things happen outside of this event. Because after all, that's what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? I do it for the network. I do it to create, you know, another platform, but my custom platform, you know what I'm saying, for people to be able to get in contact with people that can, who God knows, can take them anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's going to be in the building. You never know.
Exactly. And I know by being in the state of Texas, you got a lot of big time names.
Yes.
In the state of Texas, you got big time names, you know.
Yeah, and they just kind of walk in. They just walk in like without
They got big
like,
time names in Texas like Ferman Jackson and Regina Phillips, Musik the Muse. I'm on my way. Queen Power.
Well, you know, I've been told you that anyway. I really been told you that since before I moved here. And just speaking about Texas, I've been here this long. I had somebody on my podcast a couple weeks ago, and when I talked to them on the phone, they said, "Hold up, you been here on this amount of time, and you make a noise like that?" I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "People that been that long don't even make noise like that." So hey, it's all about making moves and networking,
That's
and I
right.
love it.
Yes, you can really get somewhere here. I ain't speaking down on no other city. You know what I'm saying? Mobile is home. It's always gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
I used to live in Houston.
My old home.
I live in Houston. I totally agree with her.
Yeah.
I used to live in Houston. I lived over there by Hobby Airport on Broadway Street.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You about 20 minutes out.
Yeah, I lived over there by Alameda Mall and all that. I mean, I
like that.
Oh yeah, I had the best time of my life in Houston. So she's right when they said there is a lot of opportunity. I love Houston.
Like if you're coming here to
I'm so excited. I've never been to Houston. Y'all get me so excited.
It is. It's a great place to be. It is a great place.
Facts. The land of opportunity, my friend.
Absolutely.
That's
I call it the land of opportunity for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, Texas is, and now that you don't even pay no state tax here in Texas. That's the other thing.
Oh,
so it's a lot of opportunity here. So it's also play a little word association with you, Regina. When you say showcase for the women, what's the first word that comes to mind and why?
Queens. And it's because I feel like that's what we are. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to go into it with you men and tell you how complex our lives are and compared to y'all's. Okay. But we all have our struggles. And as a woman, of course, I can identify with ours, you know what I'm saying, above all else, because that's what I was born with. To me, I can't help it. But I just feel like that we are all queens. Yeah. So when I think of a showcase for women, I think of different women from different kingdoms, you know what I'm saying, that are ruler over their kingdoms, whatever that might be, coming into one place for a ball.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm about to get dressed.
And that's awesome. And I say y'all so excited and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. And like I said, the battles, women y'all deal with, the battles that us men deal with, and we deal with some deep, deep battles. As men. I mean, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you name it. Men deal with a lot of stuff. And we had talked about this on the podcast a while back too with a guest. Let me say about men, we don't communicate. We don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to open up. We got this. They present to us, hey, you this man, you're not supposed to cry. But you gotta realize we deal with a lot of deep stuff. A lot of stuff that's our childhood.
Understandable.
Understandable for sure.
But it's getting better. Men are starting to open up. Men are starting to communicate. And it just takes, and it just takes, again, it takes that right woman to to open up to humble ourselves, and because y'all made to nurture and comfort us. And and it's like, we just hey, I could be free, I could be open. And that's what it's all about. But we all work in the making. I'm a work in the making myself, so we all are working in the making. So hey, but all glory to be to God for real. So
amen to that.
My next question is for Regina, then I'm gonna kick it off with another special young lady. I got some questions for her too, as she ready to talk about the stage and stuff like that. So I'm here to hard with some questions. So Regina, my next question for you is: would the event be free for the people, or would they have to buy tickets for the event?
So there are no tickets, but nothing in life is free, my dear. It is a $10 charge at the door. Before 10 o'clock, it will be $20 after which whatnot, because I do believe that, the people that I have coming is a worthy experience. And not only that, there will be an experience for the artists as well. So, it's at Woosah Hookah Lounge. That's going to be that Thursday on the 18th. And the show's going to start promptly at 10:30. Whatnot. So, we're going to have everybody come in. You can bring your own bottle, you know what I'm saying, and whatever else. You know, you come kick it. You're gonna come meet the low key team, the CEO, myself, the founder. You know what I'm saying, and all the other people that we've been blessed to come in contact with that really be moving some stuff around here in H-Town. So, you know, it's gonna be worth it.
Awesome. So I know y'all excited about it. I know y'all looking forward to it. I know looking for a big turnout. And I know you want to leave a mark. And that's what we here on Impact was about. You know, extraordinary men and women who are doing extraordinary things. So as this event take place, what do you want the people to leave with when they go home that night after they experience what these ladies are doing on stage as they utilize their God-given gifts?
I want people to feel good. You know what I mean? Like you mentioned yourself, like how we all have struggles, deep wounds, you know what I'm saying? Like we just kind of all just really kind of trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a story that, you know, that it might be more traumatic than the next. You know what I'm saying? And we can't really measure that because, you know, different things affect different people. You know what I'm saying? Because there's different scenarios, factors to weigh into how you grew up and things of that nature. My showcases, all of them, I want people to leave with the ultimate vibe experience. I want you to leave there feeling like you just spent like 4 hours in a spa. Like, you know what I mean? Mentally. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you know, let the music massage you, you know what I'm saying? Let the people around you, you know, serenade your ears and, you know, fix those wrinkles around your eyes if you got them. Let the looker lay your ass back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And if you out here and you like the green, honey, let it take you away. So whatever it is, you know what I mean, that you got going on, I want you to throw it away at the entry door, come inside, and just kind of let it all loose. Express yourself, honey. Express it.
Awesome. And that's what it's all about. People need to be let loose. People need to be set free. Like I said, people are dealing with a lot. Men, women, we all dealing with something. We all battling with something. We all dealing with something. That's why I love the script when they say confess your faults one to another and pray. It didn't say judge, it said pray. That God will do the healing. And that's what I love about it. That's when you become open with each other. When you pray for each other. That's what it's all about. Pray, confess your faults, pray, heal. That's what God is about. Not putting each other down, not belittling or looking down. You know what I'm saying? So confess your faults one to another, pray. Go ahead.
Yes, and I ain't even gonna lie to you. I should have gave you a warning, Mr. Jackson. I am very explicit. So, but I do love God. And look, I should have warned you, honey. Look, I spent a lot of time not being. So right now it's hard to turn it off. But
no, you're good. I mean, you're good because, like I said, it's all about being real, being genuine, and of course, Antoinette, she's been around me. And she know how I am. So
okay. Well, look, I just wanted to
for the viewers. I just was like, okay, it's right. Meet Regina.
I just, you know what I'm saying? Once you reach the level of, like my friend has this wonderful song of freedom, you know, you just so excited, you know, you just want to be happy and you know what I'm saying? And you want to spread good vibes. Like that's all I want to do. You know, that's all I want to do. Spread some good energy.
And that's what it's all about. People, like I say, you never know what somebody may be going through that night. Somebody may be thought about committing suicide. Somebody may thought about going to sell their body. You never know what nobody may be going through, but they hear that one encouraging word that can change their life. So you just never know what people
I get messages every day, Mr. Jackson. Like, and people have came, artists have came, young men have came and got that microphone on a low-key Thursday and said before their performance, y'all, I almost didn't make it here. I was contemplating suicide. You know what I'm saying? Said it right before their show. You know what I'm saying? And the love that they got, you know what I'm saying? Just by getting on stage and being able to share something with people, and you know, because the energy's so good, people could absorb, you know what I'm saying, and unknowingly heal, you know, this person to, you know, they saved a whole life. Like, you know, this energy thing is serious. It's
Yeah, it is.
serious.
And it
So,
really is.
it's more than the music.
Almost definitely. Like I say, you just never know what people may be going through or dealing with, drugs, alcohol,
Yes.
verbal, sexual, physical abuse. You just never know what people are going through in their household. And I know this event will benefit will benefit them and help build them up and say, you know what, I can't live and fight another day. So I'm very
Yes.
excited about what you're doing in the state of Texas, of course. And once again, plug the event, where it's going to be located at, how can they get in touch with you, how can they be involved, how can they support, how can they donate toward this great event that's taking place on November the 18th.
Absolutely. So you can find all the information you need to know at Musik the Muse. That's MusikDaMuse. Y'all can call me Muse or whatnot. That's how they gonna know me down here. If you stay in Virginia, they ain't gonna know who you talking about. So you you can find all the information for this event at musikthemuse.com or at Low Key the Movement on Instagram. Keo the Key, that's CHIOTHEKEY. Also, everything you need to know about the event is there. There's flyers and rotations. If you'd like to donate, the Cash App is # State Line Versus, and it's spelled the dictionary way. State Line STATELINEVERSUS. If you'd like to place a donation, or if you just want to come out, which is even better, the event is at Woosah Hookah Lounge. That's 5314 Telephone Road, Houston, Texas. Whatnot. I had to make sure I said Houston. A lot of people in Mobile thought that it was on a telephone road. It's a telephone road in Mobile, and I thought about it too. It's in Pritchard. So I was like, no, it's not there. It's not over there. But that's Telephone Road, Houston, Texas. Once you get here, you can GPS it on the south side or whatnot, where everything is extra lit, and just tap in. We have stuff going on every week, multiple days a week. So, all of the people on the team, when you go to each of our bios, you'll be able to see the team. Everybody has their individual links for registration. Tap in with them. You can register for any day of the week, like months in advance. So yeah.
Awesome. So this will be a one-time event, or this going to be something annual that's going to be taking place in the near future?
We're going for annual. I want to do something for the ladies at least once a year. At least. Yeah. At least.
Awesome. Cool beans on that. And I know I got your sister that's joined along with you. I know she's not going by her name. I know she's going by Queen Power. So I'm not actually interviewing Antoinette. I'm interviewing Queen Power. I know she has a lot of different characters that she does play. So right now I'm introducing the artist, Queen Power. So Queen Power, welcome to Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. I know you're one of the artists that will be performing November 18th. So give us a background about yourself, Queen Power. Let yourself be open to the audience here on Impact Voice. So introduce yourself, give us a background about you. And I got some questions I'm going to ask you too, Queen Power.
Okay, he said open it up. Okay, Bruno Mars, I'm a leader to all right, now that the door is open, yes, y'all already know Queen Power once again. Power, POWER. Okay, yes, I'm a native of Mobile, Alabama. I just hit the big 31, Scorpio vibes, October 30th this year. I made it. I got 2 little bumblebees, and I mean that they sweet as honey and they sting like bees. My little Abigail and my Alvina, ages 3 months and a 1-year-old. So my hand's been full. I'm so excited about starting this new music venture. Like, I've always been into music, but I haven't had that confidence to just like step out and say, look, I'm ready to perform this. Like, me and my best friend, granted, like she said, when we're together, it's a turn up, it's a celebration. So we were always performing with each other. So a moment like this is really a turn up for us. I already see us dancing all night. In the city of Mobile, I've done a lot of things as far as music. I work with a live band, Crown Jewels Band, where I not only help, as far as their graphic designs, marketing, and advertising, but also with their attire. But like I said, this time it's time for me to put, something in the forefront that I love. And I love music just like I love the fashion and helping other people. But I felt a little bit more liberated becoming a mother. And I didn't want my children to miss out on a special part of me. And that's the music. And that's also being an entertainer. I've done that with I did that with art. I've done that with speaking poetry. I even rap too, So freedom got a rap part on it. So this is a vulnerable time for me, and I really thank all my family, all of my family. I don't really like saying fans because I feel like your friends are your family, and your family is just your family. So just say family. So my family has been allowing me to be creative, turn up, have a good time, and support me. So now I want to just embrace this time with them. And I can't say that it hasn't been exhausting. Like Gina was saying, well, music, the Muse. Everybody's been dealing with a lot in this COVID right now. Quarantine, it's been like a great depression, and I feel with us releasing some good vibrations out there, even while going through the storm. I think my friend Gina said, I'm excited to meet someone else, someone else. She's saying, hey, I want to just open the door for people to feel this energy. And I'm like, I want to share this energy with someone. So it's like, hey, two and one minds together, the same way we don't impact voice, we impacted by God himself. So he's stepping in to be that third, that third source we need. And I'm excited to do that. I'm the same way we're on here. So I'm excited that he's actually moving like this, and we're doing this for women, not just saying that we're keeping men out, but women need some time to charge up. We do a lot of things on a daily basis and stuff, the same way guys say, hey, I want to have a man's night out. This is girls' day out, this girls' night out, but more with a positive impact, with a impacting sisterhood, being able to grow together. This is big for a lot of people. This is big for me. I ain't never been to Houston, Texas. So stepping outside of Mobile, separating from my children just for, a hot second so I can turn up with the ladies, it's big. It's big, but it makes me feel good about it because I'm doing something that's going to, be good in the long run for my daughters. That I'm doing something out here to help people, save people, get uplift people's souls out here. So other than that, that's all that in a nutshell. I'm just really ready to charge up with everybody else. I feel the ladies. I feel like they're ready. I'm ready. My friend like, girl, look, I'm over here, and and she already know when she called me and let me know what's up. It's a party. We finna dance. We finna celebrate. Ooh,
man, I'm so ready.
So long, y'all. It's like we having a phone call. I ain't seen it so long, so I'm seeing it in the flesh. Like it's been so long. Yes, my friend lost her mom. That was my mom. So I know she'll be so excited to hear us and see that we're still doing our thing while still being us, because that's important. A lot of mental illness, a lot of depression, a lot of suicidal situations is because people are afraid to be themselves. I'm doing freedom because I feel good being myself and doing what I have to do, with no restrictions. And I want other people to feel that way too. Like, I want people to start reciprocating that. If you don't want to be changed, don't try to change anyone. So how about we all just be the change and just live and just have fun. Everybody want to have, a good time. Everybody want to have a good time. And we need a lot more good times being created because they're not, because everybody's caught up inside of their homes, inside of their homes. So I'm excited to get out the house so we can just really turn up on the battlefield for real.
Awesome. And I mean, you deserve it. And you really do get out and do showcase your many other skills and talent. And my question I'm gonna ask you, I know a lot of artists pick up different names for different reasons and the background of the name. So of all the names, why Queen Power, and what does it represent when you say Queen Power?
Whoa, okay. So this, okay. Truthfully, I don't know why I call myself Queen Power. I just look at it as it was just something divine brought to me from, you know, God, Jesus, however y'all want to name him, Yahweh. He brought it to my attention one day, and I was just like, for real? That's what you want to call? That's my name. I
Yeah, he
don't
was
know what
like,
it means.
yes,
You know. Yeah, you're like, okay, this the next one. I don't normally in my life, I know my steps are not ordered by myself. So I can't even give myself credit and say I made it up and this is why I made it up. Each day, each hour and so forth. I've been understanding why he gave it to me. So I mean, he's just gonna keep revealing it to me and I'm revealing it to y'all. So I guess he just telling me I've always my scriptures Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's a power within itself. So I take power and I just refer back to that scripture because that's the only reason why I am who I am today.
Awesome, cool beans on that. And my next question is, what can an artist expect that night when you perform live on stage?
They can expect someone that I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, this is when I say a big step for me, it's a big step of freedom, stepping into a whole nother you that you can't even tell nobody. It's like, ooh, freedom. It takes a lot. That feeling it takes a lot off you. It takes the pressure off. It takes thinking too much. It's like, I don't know. I just want everybody to embrace being in the moment. And I want them to just have fun with me embracing that moment. And the lyrics really speak for itself.
Awesome. And I know you're a woman of many talents, and I know you want to go into the deeper things of life and that deeper meaning of life. And my question is, you have a song, I know you talk about the song Freedom. What inspired you to write that song?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of times when people write songs, it comes from different things, whether it was a painful experience they dealt with in their life, whether it was a happy moment, whether it was a birth of a child, marriage, whatever. So what inspired you to write that song, Freedom?
When I wrote the song Freedom, I wrote it at a very chaotic time in my life, but it didn't mean anything. Feeling all a song given to me from the Most High. And I didn't really start feeling freedom up until now. So this is a song that has already been written, but the feeling itself is manifesting now when I'm breaking away from all of those bondages I had, generational curses as far as family bondage, toxic relationships, mental illness, the healing of just my physical, my emotions. So I don't know. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling that just manifested now. It's already been written. So, hey, like I said, I'm not ordering my steps right now. So glory to the Most High, Jesus. That's all I can say. I really can't make this interview up and make myself look good, but it's not me. It's not me.
And you know it. And like I say, it's all about being yourself and just your words, your answers to enlighten other people, because this interview is going up on my YouTube channel tonight, so people can go back and listen to it, because something that was said tonight from both of y'all can really benefit someone in their life. So you just never know. And then my next question is, I know you love music, and I know you love artists. I know one of your favorite artists is Sade. I know that.
Oh my goodness.
So if you could share the stage with anyone, past or present, who would it be? If you share the stage with anybody, past or present, who would it be?
Okay. So we just I would definitely have to say, of course, Sade. Okay. That's a gimme. And if I could share the stage, that's past tense. Present tense, I would love to be on the stage with Musik, the Muse.
Awesome. And why is that?
You're so silly. I've never had a connection with an artist where artists have to have a connection. I never had a connection with an artist where I did feel free. And when you're on stage and you're performing, y'all can feed off of each other, that there's a chemistry that even you and that person can't explain. It's like y'all, that love, it's the passion for it. You can feel that passion. And I can feel the passion through Sade's lyrics. When I turn up with my friend, I can feel the passion in, the way she feels, the energy off of her. Like when we charge up, she got her vibe, and it's just understood. It's like go, and then it's like we know each other. It's a good little flow. She know when I'm about to rap, and she finna sing. Like, yeah, it's just that chemistry. Yeah, it's that chemistry. Right now, I could name other people, but I would be lying. But yes, I've always turned up with my best friend Gina, and we've did so many private shows at home, just performing our music to each other. She like, listen on a double, and I'm like, girl, okay, my turn. And we on different levels of our music, of our life. One thing I love about working with her too is we two opposites and we can agree on something, and that's music. That's music. She's not technical. A lot of people are technical, and they've taken the feeling out of music. They don't do it and just sing. They don't do it and just rap and flow, and don't be afraid to make mistakes and stuff. It's always, you have to be in this key. You have to do this. You have to do that. No, we would like to feel it. I like to feel it.
Awesome. And my next question is, go ahead. You can say something. All right, my next question is, give us your top 5 music artists that you would love to work with and why. Your top 5.
My top 5 music artists and why. Okay, right now I would have to say Bruno Mars. Why? He has that entertainment that I love. He got that charm. I like that he has a band that's all multi-talented, so they're all singing, they can dance. I like that kind of swaggery. I would like that type of swag too.
Bruno is a Libra girl.
Oh yeah, them Libras, they get me, girl. They get me. So I didn't even know that. Especially that skate to me, baby. You hear me, Bruno? Okay, so Bruno, definitely I would have to go old school, and I would definitely want the Outkast. I need Outkast.
Okay, then.
They kept me liberated. They kept me chilled. Let's see. Who else? It's gonna be Sade, Erykah Badu. How many that is? That's my 4. Number 5, I would love to work with Childish Gambino. Yes, he has some very. I really love his music. Because it caters to every emotion. He got some. It sounds like it caters to all emotions. It'd be exciting, it's sexy, and tells a story, liberating, all that good stuff.
Awesome stuff. And I know since you got a single, is there an album in the works? I know you started singing, so it's an album.
Okay, so brain so crazy. Okay, so I do have a lot of things that I have in mind. I do have 2 albums that I'm in between choosing. I do have nothing is really recorded right now. I wanted to put my thing out, just for the calls, on pause for the calls. But for the album, I have 2 albums that I am working on. One is called Good News, and the other one is called Her Recovery.
Okay. And them some very powerful titles that you just mentioned. And I know you basing them on your experience that you went through. So when these albums in the work, what are you expect when these albums, when they do release, and I know you're a woman of time and you're a woman of patience, of course. When them albums do come out, what do you want the audience, male or female, to gain from these albums when they do release? I know there are meanings behind your music. You're telling a story, you're telling us stuff that you've been through and that you experienced that you want to share with the world.
Faith and self-preservation. I just want them to keep the faith, and I want them to just don't give up on themselves.
Yeah, never do that. Never give up on yourself. Knowing that where your help come from. So, God is your help, He's your strength, of course. He always gonna see you through. So I know y'all talking about the event that's taking place November 18th, of course, with the ladies. And I know ladies gonna represent, of course. So
yes,
I'm asking this to both of y'all. And I ask this to the guests all the time. It's all about legacy. So I'm gonna start with you, Regina, of course. What do you want after it's all said and done? What do you want your legacy to be at the end of the day?
I want Average to stream on for I want it to be one of those lasting songs, like the songs we still listen to today. Like dun dun dun, you make me happy, like that.
Okay.
Like that's how that's how I want Average to be. Yes,
Yeah.
and that's how I feel. Like that's what I want. Like I want the forever the forever message of Average to continue on for as long as this world exists. That's what I want. Whatnot. Someone had asked me the question of how did I know that that I made it. You know what I'm saying? I told them Grammys. That's what I said. I was like, look, when somebody then gave me a Grammy, it ain't too much you can say to me at that point. You can have your opinion or whatever, but ultimately the people didn't spoken. So, yeah. So I want them to say she was wild, she was crazy, she was her, and she gave me the courage to be me.
Awesome. And of course, Antoinette, I know you're your mother now, of course. And I know motherhood is very important to you. And we need strong mothers. We need mothers back in the forefront. We need that back again. So what do you want your legacy to be after it's all said and done and you pass it on to your daughters?
I want it to be that I continue to save our people and let them know that they are free. In any aspect that they are free.
Awesome. I know you're big on that freedom. I know you're big on people being free. Of course, what the Bible say, Christ said, whom the Son made free is free indeed. So
yes, they are free indeed. I have to let them know I'm just a messenger, Mr. Jackson.
Well, I appreciate y'all ladies taking time out y'all busy schedule. Praise for time here on the podcast. But I appreciate y'all ladies taking time. Most definitely. Like I said, the slogan of this episode, even though it was Sister Power, the slogan was, too much beauty for one podcast. And we have very beautiful women that join us here tonight on the podcast. I appreciate y'all once again, of course, as always. So once again, plug the event for November 18th. Once again, how they can get in touch, how can they support, how can they donate? Let it go away.
Okay, so you can definitely support by following on IG the Low Key Movement. That's LOKEYTHEMOVEMENT. Just in case everything is spelled right on Instagram. Also follow Musik, the Muse, MUSIKDAMUSE, Keo the Key, CHIOTHEKEY. And now that I'm done being a Keela and the B, you can donate at State Line Versus. Don't forget the hashtag Woosah Hookah Lounge 5314 Telephone Road, Houston, Texas. Make sure you tap in with us 1118 News, baby.
Okay, I think Kenny got something you want to ask y'all. You got something you want to ask Kenny?
I when she said Telephone Road, it just brought back memories.
Oh Lord, what kind of memories, Kenny?
That's been years ago.
Man, you compare this the voice for me. It was back in the day.
He know he wanted to talk about.
I'm old school.
Well, big shout like Kenny said, he's old school. Well, big shout out to Houston, Texas, of course, the surrounding areas. So is that's like in the downtown area where the event would be at?
No, it's gonna be on the southwest side. Southeast. I lied. I'm so sorry. Um, Southeast. Yep.
Okay.
It's like 10 minutes from Broadway.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Okay, then. So
Yeah, I'm excited. That got me excited. My first time going to Houston, going to Texas. Period. He got.
Oh yeah, girl.
You
coming where the black folks at too, girl. You
Yeah,
gonna have a blast.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna have
It goes down.
You're gonna have a great time. And look, tell your girls to take you down to the Galleria and take you around.
Kenny, is you gonna send a donation for the Galleria? Because you know we gonna need some money.
Please do. Send it let her know that you're attaching Queen Power to it.
Yes,
yeah, so I can go to the Galleria.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're so serious, but thank you in advance.
Well, I know it's gonna be fun for y'all ladies on that night and to perform and have a good time and to allow other women to showcase their gifts and talents on that night. So it's gonna be a good time. So do y'all ladies have any final remarks y'all want to leave with the audience that's gonna be life-changing, everlasting life-changing?
Well, I just know I think we didn't already said the life-changing things right here. Come join us on this empowering celebration of women, freedom, self-love, just being who you are and enjoying life. Just come turn up, please, and thank you. That's all we need you to do, and we want to thank you for get ready. Like I tell people on all my promo, come and get you some. So don't be sitting on here listening. Don't get mad when you see the turn up. Don't get excited when you see that you ain't come down and walk through that entry. She told you what you do. When you walk through that entry, leave it at the door, ladies. We're about to have fun. We're gonna leave our problems there. We ain't meeting by the bathroom to talk about our situationships, our relationships, it's just we're turning up. We're about to have fun. We're about to dance, and we're about to live. That's all I got. And Gina, get prepared, friend, because you already know I'm gonna have on my dancing shoes because I gotta keep moving my feet.
Girl, you gotta look. I'm gonna break my shoes to dance with you. You already know how we do.
Oh, I already know. She gonna break a heel. Yep, she done broke a few. It's real.
Wow. Well, ladies, y'all have a great time on that night. And like I said, those that's going to participate, be a part of it. Big shouts out to the artists, of course. Man, big shouts out to y'all, ladies, for what y'all doing, of course. Much love to y'all, much respect to y'all, and most importantly, like Paul said, y'all are a gift to us men. So we thank y'all. We thank y'all for the gift. Y'all are a gift to us. We thank y'all for y'all, of course. Keep doing what y'all doing. Keep striving. Keep making an example. Lead by example. And like I said, we hope that event touch a lot of people's lives that gonna turn their lives around and have hope at the end of the day. That's what that's all about. So we love y'all. We're gonna see y'all next time. So once again, ladies, don't be a stranger, of course. And like I said, the replay will be up on our YouTube channel. So like and subscribe. Oh, go ahead, Kenny.
I'll just tell them to be safe. Yes. Be safe.
I would definitely be safe. And anybody who want any of my information and know where to download Freedom and Queen Power, I will leave the link in the comments.
Okay, cool. And appreciate you also, Queen Power, of course. I know you're very excited about performing live on stage. I know you're getting ready mentally, physically. I ain't making you nervous. I'm just saying, like,
don't do that to my friend.
I ain't making it nervous, like you being stage ready. You gonna knock it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm feeling all home to come out and see what I'm gonna do, if I'm a barbecue or meal do.
Yeah, I know you're getting ready. I know you putting hands on folks. I know you're getting ready and everything else. So hey, have a good time. What you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So just have fun with what you're doing, and like I said, I thank God for you, of course. And then you have came a mile long way, and you still going strong after all this time we know each other. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. for moving forward
Thank
and
you.
stepping forward to the things that you know you're destined to do. And also thank God for you, Virginia, as well, for allowing us to allow, you know, Antoinette cross paths to meet you and stuff. Very excited. Love your energy, love your
Same.
fire, love your passion. Keep doing what you're doing
Same.
as well. I salute you. I salute both of y'all and give y'all roses while y'all live. So
Thank you. Thank you.
oh,
Thank you much.
Thank
Look,
you.
I'm honored to be invited to this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful podcast. Impact Voice has been an impact on me.
Yeah,
oh, I appreciate you. Like I said, it's all
yeah.
about being consistent. Consistent is the key. Because I know I can't believe the next April the 23rd, I'll be turning 40. So
No,
yeah, I'll be
black don't
40.
crack.
Nah,
Black don't crack.
Not, but the great coming in. But hey, I like it. I'm keeping it. But like I said, that's another broadcast. But y'all ladies have a great. Oh, I appreciate it. Y'all ladies have a great night. Ken have a great night. Big shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. Even though we lost Sunday, we're gonna get that win back. So big shout out to that.
That's right. Keep hope alive.
Really.
Oh, I
Keep
see
hope
that.
alive.
Yeah, cause I see yesterday you still got that shirt I still gave with the Cowboys. You know, we gotta represent them boys every day. Cowboy Nation. So Cowboy Nation, y'all, peace out to everybody. So we love y'all. Be blessed. See y'all next time here on the podcast. We're gonna be back next Tuesday night. Of course, we got a lady that's gonna be coming on. She's a fitness instructor, and her mission is to bring sexy back to women that, you know, mothers who have babies and stuff. Her mission is to help women who had children bring sexy back with being in shape and stuff like that. I know you say you love it. So
I love it.
So next episode is gonna be is being fit to new sex. You know, is that the new sex is being fit? So that's gonna be next Tuesday night at 7:00. So you're a mother and you had children and you want to get back in shape. This lady's gonna help you get back in shape. She's all about coaching you to have that sexy back, ladies. After having children, of course, to the men, take care of your body. Take care of your body is very important. The Bible said that God wants to prosper in our health. So take care of your body. Do research. I started doing research. The things I need for my body is for men as well. Take care of your bodies. Take care of your mind too. So take care of these temples. God wants to take care of these temples. Don't eat all that fast food, fried chicken, and all the other stuff that messes up in the long run. Because, you know, as us as people of color, we lead in that category. High
All the other
cholesterol.
stuff that's miscellaneous in Texas. Yep.
Oh, like I said, let's go. All that processed food, let that stuff go. Organic foods, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. Take care of your bodies. Take care of your bodies. What you going to say now? Heard somebody say something. I got quiet on it, but so take care of your body, take care of your mind, eat the right food.
You know that Houston is the.
Oh, they eat a lot. Texas, period. But a lot of people are eating healthy now. A lot of people are eating healthy. So take care of your bodies. Take care of your bodies. If you want to be a long time, take care of your body. Eat properly. That's important. So pretty much that's all summed up for the night. Y'all be blessed. We see y'all next time. Remember, stay blessed, stay focused, stay positive, and most importantly, we all are work in the making. So let's get the work, trust the process. See y'all next time. Peace.